Have you ever noticed something difficult to talk about, but impossible to ignore? Some older adults carry a lingering smell. Not a strong smell, not an obvious one, but a quiet, persistent odor that seems to stay. Even when they shower every day, wear freshly washed clothes, and genuinely care about their personal hygiene. It's uncomfortable to mention. Most people avoid the topic completely. And because no one talks about it, many seniors quietly blame themselves. They assume it's just part of getting older. They assume their body is failing. They assume there's nothing they can do. But that assumption is wrong. In fact, here's a truth that may surprise you. That smell is not caused by laziness. It is not caused by poor hygiene. And it is not something that stronger soap, heavier perfume, or more frequent showers can fix. Because the real cause is something far more subtle. Something almost everyone misses. In fact, 99% of seniors forget to clean one specific spot on their body. A hidden area that doesn't show up in the mirror, doesn't feel dirty, and doesn't get attention during a normal shower. Yet this one overlooked area quietly traps bacteria, sweat, natural oils, and dead skin cells. Day after day, week after week, year after year, and over time, that invisible buildup creates what society cruelly labels as old person smell. But here's what no one tells you. That smell is not age itself. It is buildup. And buildup is fixable. In today's video, we're going to reveal 5 real reasons why this happens as you age. Reasons backed by dermatology, geriatric care, and real-life experience. More importantly, you'll learn exactly what to do about it. No expensive products, no harsh chemicals, no embarrassing routines. Just small, intelligent changes that work with your body, not against it. And if you stay until the end, you won't just learn how to eliminate odor permanently. You'll discover how these simple habits can help you feel fresher throughout the day, move with more confidence around others, and reconnect with a sense of dignity, comfort, and self-respect. Because aging well is not about hiding problems. It's about understanding your body and caring for it properly. Let's begin. This is the single most forgotten spot on the entire body, and at the same time, the biggest contributor to lingering body odor in older adults. Almost everyone does the same thing in the shower. They wash their face carefully. They shampoo their hair thoroughly. They rinse. They repeat. They feel clean. And yet, one small area is almost always skipped. The skin behind the ears. It's not intentional. It's not neglect. It's simply out of sight and out of mind. But ignoring this area creates a perfect storm. Because the space behind the ears has 3 conditions that bacteria love. First, it's warm. This area stays warm all day, even in cool weather. Second, it's poorly ventilated. Air rarely reaches it, especially if you have hair covering the ears. Third, it's rich in natural oils. Even though overall oil production decreases with age, the scalp and ear areas still produce sebum. When you combine warmth, trapped air, and oil, you create the ideal environment for bacteria to multiply. Now at what happens naturally with aging. As we grow older, the skin sheds dead cells more slowly. Those dead skin flakes don't fall away as easily as they once did. So behind the ears, you often have sweat, a sebum, dead skin, microscopic debris, layer upon layer, building quietly over time. When these elements mix together, bacteria break them down, and in the process, release odor. Not a sharp odor, not an obvious smell, but a persistent, musty scent that lingers on skin, clothing, and even pillowcases. And the situation becomes even worse if you wear glasses, hearing aids, face masks. These accessories press against the skin and trap moisture even longer. Moisture feeds bacteria, and bacteria create odor. Let me tell you about Robert. Robert is 74 years old. He showered every single morning without fail. He wore clean clothes. He took pride in his appearance. Yet he couldn't understand why his clothes smelled musty by the end of the day. Why his pillowcase smelled stale after just one night. He tried different soaps, different shampoos, different deodorants. Nothing worked. Finally, during a routine visit, his doctor made a simple suggestion. Wash behind your ears every morning with a gentle soap. And in the evening, wipe the area with a warm, clean cloth. That was it. No medication. No special product. No drastic change. Within 1 week, the smell was gone. Completely. It wasn't age. It wasn't his diet. It wasn't something wrong with his body. It was buildup. And Robert is not an exception. This is true for most seniors. What people often call old person smell is not caused by aging itself. It is caused by small hygiene habits that no one ever taught us to adjust as we got older. The skin changes. The chemistry changes. But the routine stays the same. And that's where problems begin. The good news is this. This issue is completely reversible. Here's exactly what to do. After washing your face or shampooing, gently cleanse behind both ears every day. Use a mild, fragrance-free soap. Rinse thoroughly so no residue remains. Dry the area completely with a clean towel. Drying is just as important as washing, because moisture allows bacteria to survive. When this area stays clean and dry, several things happen. Odor-causing bacteria decrease. Skin irritation improves. Pores can breathe again. Freshness lasts longer throughout the day. And perhaps most importantly, you feel different. Cleaner. More confident. More at ease around others. Because freshness isn't about smelling young. It's about caring for your body with awareness and respect. And sometimes, all it takes is one small habit, in one forgotten place, to make a noticeable difference. Here's another area that most seniors unknowingly neglect. Not because they don't care, but because the body simply changes with time. Many people believe that as long as they stand under the shower, the water flowing down their back is doing the cleaning for them. It feels logical. It feels sufficient. But unfortunately, it isn't. Water alone does not remove oils, dead skin cells, bacteria, sticky residue, especially not from the back. The back, particularly the lower back, is one of the body's most overlooked trouble spots. This area naturally collects sweat from the upper body, oil produced by sebaceous glands, dead skin that doesn't shed as easily with age. When these elements combine, they form a thin, invisible film on the skin. You can't always see it. You can't always feel it. But bacteria can. And bacteria thrive in this environment. As we grow older, flexibility decreases. Shoulders tighten. Arms don't reach as far as they once did. So gradually, without even realizing it, people stop scrubbing their backs properly. They don't choose to neglect it. It just becomes difficult. Day after day, the area gets rinsed, but never truly cleaned. Over time, that thin layer of buildup thickens. And when bacteria break it down, they release odor. Not a sharp smell, not something you notice immediately, but a persistent, earthy, musty scent that clings to clothing, undershirts, bed sheets, chairs. This is exactly what happened to Mary. Mary is 72 years old. She took pride in being clean and well-groomed. But she noticed something troubling. Her clothes smelled musty only hours after putting them on. She washed everything more often. She changed detergents. She even considered buying new clothes. Nothing helped. Then, during physical therapy, a nurse asked her a simple question. How do you wash your back? Mary paused. She realized she didn't. She had been letting the water run over it, assuming that was enough. The nurse handed her a long-handled bath brush and suggested using a mild antibacterial soap once a day. That was the only change Mary made. Within days, the smell disappeared. No perfume, no special detergent, no stronger soap, just proper cleansing of an area that had gone untouched for years. The difference wasn't just physical. Mary felt relieved. She felt comfortable standing close to people again. She stopped worrying about how she smelled. That's the emotional cost of overlooked hygiene. It's not just about odor, it's about confidence. Here's exactly what to do. Use a long-handled bath brush or extended washcloth. Apply a mild, fragrance-free soap. Gently scrub the entire back every day. Pay special attention to the lower back, where sweat tends to collect. Rinse thoroughly. Dry the area completely. Drying matters just as much as washing. Moisture allows bacteria to survive and multiply. When the back is truly clean and dry, odor-causing bacteria decrease. Skin feels smoother. Clothing stays fresher longer. Confidence quietly returns. This one simple habit restores more than cleanliness. It restores peace of mind. Because aging doesn't mean accepting discomfort or embarrassment. Sometimes, it just means adapting your routine to match the body you have now. And when you do, your body responds. This does not mean harsh scrubs or rough brushes. Gentle exfoliation is enough. Second, pH-balanced, fragrance-free cleansers. These cleansers remove oil buildup without damaging the skin barrier. Fragrance-free matters because heavy scents often mask odor rather than remove it and can irritate aging skin. Third, thorough drying after bathing. Moisture allows odor-producing compounds and bacteria to linger. Clean skin that stays damp is still vulnerable. Drying completely, especially in warm areas, prevents odor from reforming. When these three steps are combined, buildup decreases. Skin chemistry stabilizes. Odor becomes less persistent. Freshness lasts longer. And something important happens emotionally. You stop blaming yourself. You realize the issue was never neglect. It was biology. Aging skin plays by different rules. And once you understand those rules, you regain control. Because feeling fresh isn't about fighting age. It's about adapting intelligently to the body you have now and caring for it properly. To hear something very few people realize and almost no one talks about. Sometimes, the smell you notice isn't coming from your body at all. It's coming from what you're wearing. As skin chemistry changes with age, the compounds produced by the skin, especially odor-causing oils, behave differently. They don't just sit on the surface of the skin. They bind more tightly to fabric. And certain fabrics hold on to these odors far more than others. The biggest culprits are polyester, synthetic blends, stretch fabrics, old, worn clothing. These materials are made from petroleum-based fibers that trap oil. Once odor-causing compounds bond to them, normal washing doesn't always remove them completely. So even when your body is clean, the moment you put those clothes on, heat activates trapped odor. Bacteria wake up. The smell returns. This is why some seniors feel confused and embarrassed. They shower. This part is rarely explained, even by doctors. And because it isn't explained, many seniors are left confused and frustrated. They shower every day. They use soap. They use deodorant. Yet the smell keeps returning. Here's why. As we age, the chemistry of our skin changes. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but slowly, over years. One of the most important changes is the production of a compound called 2-nonenal. You don't need to remember the name. What matters is what it does. 2-nonenal is created when natural skin oils break down over time. This happens more often as antioxidant levels in the skin decline with age. This compound has three very important characteristics. First, it has a greasy, stale scent. Not sharp, not sour, but heavy and lingering. Second, it bonds strongly to skin and fabric. Once it forms, it clings to skin, clothing, undergarments, bedding. That's why the smell can seem to follow you, even after you bathe. Third, and this is critical, regular soap does not easily remove it. This is where most people get stuck. They assume, if I still smell, I must not be washing well enough. So they scrub harder. They shower more often. They switch to stronger soaps. Unfortunately, that makes the problem worse. Harsh scrubbing strips the skin of its protective barrier. Strong soaps disrupt the skin's natural pH. When that barrier is damaged, the skin produces more oil to compensate. More oil means more breakdown. More breakdown means more 2-nonenal. It becomes a cycle. That's why showering alone doesn't always solve the issue, and why some seniors feel frustrated no matter what they try. The solution is not aggression. The solution is precision. It's targeted cleansing that works with aging skin instead of against it. Here's what actually helps. First, mild exfoliation 2 to 3 times per week. Exfoliation removes the outer layer of dead skin where 2-nonenal binds most strongly. They put on freshly washed clothes, and within hours, the odor is back. They assume it's their body, but often, it's the fabric. Old fabrics make the problem worse. Over time, microscopic damage in clothing fibers creates pockets where bacteria hide. No amount of detergent can fully reach those spaces. This is especially common in undershirts, sleepwear, workout clothes, synthetic socks. The solution is not throwing everything away. It's making smarter choices. Here's what actually helps. First, choose breathable, natural fabrics whenever possible. Cotton allows air to circulate. It absorbs moisture instead of trapping it. It releases odor more easily during washing. Second, wash clothes promptly after sweating. Letting worn clothes sit allows bacteria to multiply and odors to set permanently. Third, air dry when possible. Heat from dryers can bake in odors that haven't been fully removed. Air drying helps fabrics release lingering smells naturally. Fourth, avoid overusing fabric softener. Fabric softeners leave a waxy coating on clothes. That coating traps odor and bacteria instead of eliminating them. If clothes already hold odor, fabric softener often makes it worse. Sometimes, switching to less product, not more, is the solution. When clothing is clean, breathable, and free of residue, odors don't linger. Clothes stay fresh longer. Confidence increases. And here's the most important takeaway. If you've ever felt frustrated because you still smell despite good hygiene, it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means the problem may not be your body. Sometimes, the smell isn't you. It's what you're wearing. And once you understand that, the solution becomes simple and empowering. Because freshness is not about fighting age. It's about removing what quietly works against you and choosing what supports your comfort, dignity, and well-being. Here's the truth, and it's an important one. Aging does not automatically mean smelling bad. That idea has been repeated so often that many people accept it without question. But it simply isn't true. What society casually calls old person smell is usually not about age itself. It is almost always the result of missed or hard-to-reach body areas, natural changes in skin chemistry that no one explains, small hygiene habits that were never adjusted as the body changed. None of these are character flaws. None of them are failures. They are normal, human changes, and they are manageable. And the solution is not embarrassment. It is not hiding. It is not overwashing or covering up with fragrance. The solution is awareness. When you understand what's really happening with your body, everything shifts. When you take a few extra moments to care for the areas that are easy to miss, something powerful begins to happen. You don't just smell better. You feel better. You stop second-guessing yourself in public. You stop worrying about standing too close to someone. You relax when people sit beside you. Your body language changes. Your posture changes. your confidence quietly returns. Because freshness isn't just about scent. It's about dignity. It's about comfort. It's about self-respect. And here's something many people forget. Your body responds when you show it care. When you clean gently instead of aggressively. When you adjust your routine instead of blaming yourself. When you treat your aging body with patience instead of frustration. Small changes send a powerful message to your nervous system. They say, I'm paying attention. I still care. I respect the life I've lived. And in return, your body meets you there. If this video helped you, if it gave you clarity, relief, or even a small sense of peace, type fresh in the comments below. Not for us, for yourself, as a reminder that you are not declining. You are adapting. And remember this, small, thoughtful changes, made consistently, create powerful results. At any age,